Hey everybody, back again with Marvel Heroes. This time we got Captain America, and we're going to go through his changes, and they're pretty good for Captain America. With patch 2.1, we see a massive damage increase for him. The defense reduction has been in there, but with the damage reduction that enemies do, it's really going to be kind of negligible, and the damage that we're going to have outputting is awesome. So, first changes that we got going on is Patriot Challenge here. We have a taunt now, and the taunt actually weakens the enemy so they do 10% less damage. The biggest change is going to be the damage on shield bounce. It does phenomenal damage. It also does more bounces as you put points in, so it makes it worth putting points in. And when you put a point into it, it actually opens up shield expertise, which increases the damage rating of the range powers and also increases the damage rating of melee powers for a short duration, 8 seconds. Well, that's actually pretty long duration, so that's actually a nice thing. Big change to quick block. It still blocks the first source of damage from the activation, and it's got the defense buff, and then it only negates 25% of damage up to a maximum amount. Kind of a iffy skill at best for me right now. I don't know if I like it or not. Indestructible Shield. This is a nice passive. It gives you a chance to completely block and ignore damage, some defense, and actually some projectile deflection as well, and some damage to melee attackers. All the damage on attack is now damage on melee attack. Finest Hour. Where did that go? Finest Hour. Oh, that's right here. It gives you the crowd control immunity now. Spirited Shout is still the spirit per second in maximum spirit. Aggressive Shout is giving you damage rating. It's a very important thing to remember because damage rating now pays off pretty well, and is giving you an argument to go against the health regeneration, which is more important than damage regeneration, by the way. Shield Strike is doing a snare now, it slows enemies. Heroic Strike is now an AoE, it's not single target anymore, and it restores spirit. Combat Prowess, where do we go? Combat Prowess. Oh yeah, Combat Prowess right here. That's doing plus damage to attackers, extra damage rating to people attacking you, and critical rating. Pretty nice little buff. And Vibranium Bash is doing extra damage to bosses. Kind of interesting. And those are the notable changes, as well as the ultimate. It's pretty nice. Restores all your spirit, revives any nearby defeated enemies, and gives you a buff to damage rating and defense and maximum spirit. It's not really a big buff, but so that's going to lead us into the build, which is going to be the Super Soldier build, and we're going to stay with Shield Strike. We like the slow, really like the slow, and we're going to stay with Invigorating Shout, and we're going to stay with Shield Bounce. And now we're going to go into Shield Expertise, though, because that's just awesome. And of course, we need that Indestructible Shield. And finally, we're going to end up with Combat Prowess, but we want to make sure we have 1 point in Patriot Challenge, in case we want to taunt. And 1 point in Finest Hour. Where'd that go again? Right there. In case
I'll put this in my playbook.
And the rest of them just go back into Combat Prowess. We already have Heroic Charge. That no longer has a shield on it. It's gone, but it does a massive amount of damage. And there's our Super Soldier. For gear, I go with Taskmaster. MODOK would work too if you want to taunt often and get the damage bonus from that. But you know, the all-around stats kind of just go everywhere for him. Super Soldier Serum works very well for him, and Yukio's works very well for him as well. He does have some ranged abilities though, so that actually works off too. I like Lemuria. I have the old school buffs from the base health, so those will pay off much later. And then I have regenerate with a hit for basic attacks. We're going to be basing attack all over the place, so that'll help a lot. I don't have a core on him. He is much more viable. What you're going to do now is we will have our charge, put our shield strike up, get rid of that. We'll have our invigorating shout out. We'll have our bounce up, and you can have our taunt out if you want to taunt, but really you want to have the CC breaker when you need it. And that's it. It's a real easy, simple build. You're going to smack everything with the shield strike. None of these other strikes really out-damage the strike, so there's no point in changing it out. They kind of do it, but then you burn off your spirit, and you can just be throwing out the shield. And then, let's see, 37, so we'll do a terminal. Oh, that's perfect. Could be more, still good. Could be faster. Oh, 26. That's the wrong one. Let's try hoods there. Sorry. It's been a late night. Try that again. There's some oranges. There we go. Now that's more like it. So this is actually super orange. I think they're a couple levels higher. Let's pick up the belt. What level is this stuff? 43, 6 levels higher. Throw the shield. Oh, that's a bug. Shield's stuck. Zone out. How many problems can I have with Captain America? That's a nice bug. No, I can still kill him with just a shield. It would be so much better if I could actually throw my shield. Let's see, I can't zone. Still bug. Let's try this. There it is. Try that again. So I guess the moral of this story is don't zone while the shield is off. So where were those? Ah, there they are. So I can see it's like a piece of cake as long as you can throw that shield. Probably should have selected my right synergies too, but I didn't. Keep forgetting that. There's him. So this is where he's weakest, is when it's overwhelming. Basically when there's too many mobs for the shield bounce to actually effectively hit. But once you whittle him down, he's going to own everything. And you just find him, lock onto him. Remember, there's no lifesteal core, no nothing. This is just all Relic Lemuria and the costume. I could have used a med kit, I suppose. Probably should. Nope, missed him. Doesn't matter, hit him anyway. What do we get? Oh, he was only level 41. But that's Captain America with a few bugs. A little bit of a mistake. Sorry. Tired. But much improved from the previous iteration. A lot more damage. So you should find him much more to your liking. A lot less tanky, a little bit more damage. I think they should tune up his... oh, I didn't even have the invigorating shout up. No wonder I was taking so much damage. Because I relogged. I never turned it back on. So tired. That would have been a completely different fight. But anyways, Captain America, much better. You will like him. Super soldier build. Try him out. Hope it helped. Talk to you guys later.